you know where you are? You're in Duskfall, home to the downtrodden, the corrupt, and the desperate, where wealth and reputation reign supreme, and criminals fight tooth and nail for our share. Law and order round here is a myth, and don't you forget it. I do know one thing, there's a new gang in town, but I think the system will eat them alive.
Hello! I'm hoping everybody can hear me and I am present. Lolly is in charge of sound. So, how are we all doing, folks? Welcome to episode 1 of our brand new, never seen before, fresh out the basket, Blades in the Dark campaign. I have some of the most attractive people in TTRPG stratosphere here with me today. So we are going to slowly introduce them anti-clockwise from my position. So, to my left, we have Neil. Would you mind introducing yourself for me?
Hello, folks. My name is Neil. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Then, in a way that I could probably say better, just below Neil is Jenna. I'm going to get that wrong all the time, so I have been since I met you. Jenna, would you mind introducing yourself a little bit, please?
Yeah, I am Jenna. My pronouns are she, her. And I am very nervous, as well as very excited to play Blades again. My favourite game.
Yes, Jenna is our resident expert. The only person who knows what they're doing here.
No.
And I believe, Jenna, you actually told me you have committed to memory every rule of Blades in the Dark, so that's going to be super useful.
That's exactly right.
Next up is my personal favourite robot American, but I'll allow him to introduce himself as Omni.
Hello, everyone. I'm the last Omnitech, your favorite robot American, and I am an illustrator, TTRPG world builder, and a webcomic artist, currently making a anti-fascist webcomic called Gentry Delani No Fascist, and I am happy as hell to be here. Pronouns he, him, they, them, whatever works for you. I'm not picky.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And then it wouldn't be a AmpersandD20 show without the one, the only, Mr. Cal. Could you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Cal, apparently the one and only. I don't think that's true, but yeah, Paul can't get rid of me. Actually, he's keeping me hostage. I just always on this channel. He just won't let me leave. Please feed me. Yeah, Sealy TTRPG on the internet if you want to go and see what I do, which is mostly on this channel. And yeah, that's it. I just can't wait to get started. Pronouns he, him.
Stunning. And then, brand new to the channel, in fact, Mr. Mossy, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Moss, pronouns he, him. I normally am just a pain in the arse on Twitch for various people in various channels. Jenna, Paul, Sam, most people know me as an absolute pain in the bum. So I'm going to be your problem, Paul.
I look forward to it. A lot of competition for worst player in my history of gaming. Do not worry. My name is Paul, aka AmpersandD20, pronouns they, them, which I occasionally forget. So just honestly, my pronouns are don't talk about me. It's weird. A couple of thank yous. Actually, quite a few thank yous since we started. New followers. I don't have pop-ups on this stream yet for 2 reasons. One, I forgot. There are Paul STL. Thank you very much for the so. Sam Malatical, I think. Leos Lichin, thank you for the follow, and Demper, thank you for the follow. I do see you all in chat. I love you all. Thank you very much for the love. Follows are appreciated because they're free and they don't cost you anything. Someone I do want to shout out in chat is Lolly Bow. She is my wonderful wife, mod, and anchor in this human world. So whatever she says goes, and she's in charge of chat. Good job, Lolly. That Mossy dude is hot. Woo. Yeah?
Leo?
Yeah?
No.
Can't argue with that.
Leo, get down. Down, Leo,
Nice.
Down. Leo, up. I now understand that Leo is in fact a dog. I will not be taking notes or feedback on this decision. Okay. Paul, why have we lost the player? No, Mossy disappeared. Right, for those who are going to be surprised by the title of the stream, we are playing Blades of the Dark today. A game that I've never DM'd and half the players have never played. So, like I said, Jenna is in charge of the rules, and we're going to play it by ear. I don't really have any other shout-outs to do yet, so players, do you want to say anything before we crack on?
Let's cause chaos.
Yeah, let's cause chaos. I've heard so much about this game. I've had a very brief go of it, never done a full campaign of it. I'm raring to go. So yeah, I want to play with everyone. Let's do this.
I vow to do my best to have a lower body count than the 9-year-old little girl I played in my last campaign.
Oh, don't
I
worry,
just want
I'm
to check,
here.
is this ones that you've murdered or the other type of body count?
Once I murdered, they
Just
wouldn't
wanted to
let me be a 9-year-old sex worker.
Oh, fair enough. That's probably a good shout. Neither will I, just in case there's any grey area about that. Omni, I am just going to ask you to say some few words because you're the only one whose audio was a little bit questionable, if you wouldn't mind speaking.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm really excited to be on here. I spent the last 2 weeks making the art for all the characters, and I'm super happy to be playing finally a TTRPG on your channel with you, Paul. I've only been on your channel for the trivia, and now I'm really excited to be here doing this. So, plus,
Yes.
look at this incredible cast. My God.
You are not wrong. Yes, the art that you all saw in the little video package before the stream went live with our cameras was all done by Omni. Omni is an incredible artist, speedrunning all of this art in such a short time. So yeah, thank you very, very much for that. Cal, I'm being told you are very muffled and you are weirdly close to the camera.
That's fine.
It's a consistent problem for you, to be honest with you. I don't know why you're so close all the time.
Those are compliments, right? I think so.
I've checked Lolly's tone. No. Right. One thing I do want to put out, chat may have noticed there's some squares on the side of the screen that are not showing their typing. That's because we don't care about chat. Love you, Rally, I lied. They are actually where we roll dice. If the players could all roll their dice for me.
I will certainly try without crashing my computer, which is absolutely riddled. So let's see.
Wonderful. As you can see, the dice not only roll on those little squares, but they actually appear, the results. How exciting is that? I am slightly unsure why they are accumulating as opposed to separating. But that's a problem for later. Doesn't matter right now. Cool. Are we ready to begin session 1 of Blades in the Dark, guys?
Yes, please.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. Got to bring up my notes, which is on a different page. To everything. Oh, I also didn't post on Bluesky. God, I'm bad at this. In my defense, I have only been streaming for about 4 years now. I'm going to catch up with how to do it properly any day, I feel.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Right. So, you are all part of a gang already in the city of Duskoff. The well-known city, Blades of the Dark is most commonly set. It is a city in perpetual darkness. Many years ago, long before any of you lot were even thoughts in your grandpappy's eyes, an event happened. A cataclysmic event that caused not only the isolation of Duskoff, but also the constant blocking out of the sun. Its brightest summers are only dim, and its darkest winters are all but zero lighting. The governments or the councils of Duskoff have started introducing electronic lighting powered by ghosts to the streets to try and raise the visibility. But it's a slow process and they've only just started doing it. And it is generally causing quite a bit of ruckus and allowing a lot of the gangs and criminals of Duskoff to take advantage of the darkness, basically. You all begin, not in a tavern, because we're not playing that game, but in a shed. The shed is only accessible to you guys by climbing through a broken fence between two houses in Crowsfoot. Crowsfoot is the not what they call towns. No, I don't feel right.
Districts.
Districts, thank you. Yeah. Districts of the city. that is currently controlled by the Crows, aptly named. They are the gang in charge, and your gang is allowed to do small crimes and, little dabbles here and there because the Crows allow it, and because you have been giving them little bits of money from every score that you do. The walls of your shed are made of metal, and at this point, you are all sitting in it. As the wind batters against its walls, you can hear the whistling as the wind cracks through the holes at the ceiling of the floorboards. And a gentle patter has begun as you sense that the rain is beginning to fall on your little part of town. Now, originally I wanted to say that this shed was a bit of a mess, but I want to ask the players, before you all introduce yourselves properly, does any of you think that you would go above and beyond to keep this shed looking tidy and organised?
No.
No.
Absolutely no way.
Baron has at least one filing cabinet, I guess, of some sort in one corner that is perfectly organized with all of the various bits of documentation, legal, illegal, real, and counterfeit. It's like the one section of our headquarters that is not covered in a layer of dirt and grime.
And metal shavings, because I highly suspect Occam is the kind of person with that type of OCD, like I have, where it's just enough to have a system, but it doesn't need to make sense to anybody else. So there's a method to the chaos of the room, but yeah, it's probably chaos.
Excellent. All right. Well, in this headquarters, that as you referred to it, there's quite a lot for such a cramped space. Ignoring the fact that there's 5 of you. There's files. There's several maps of Duskarth. There's one across the wooden table in the center of the room, and this is where you guys have been putting film overlays that you've got hanging on coat hangers in one of those old style quick wardrobes. It's just a rail that you can hang coat hangers on. It reminds you of a hotel room, the crappy ones they have. And each overlay has different information about it. One has all the gangs. One has a bunch of targets that you've hit. One has where all the banks are, or the city buildings, or the corridors, things like that. You've also got one that is plastered with little pins on the wall, and you have created little red strings to people who are connected to one another. One of the strings goes from Occam to Melista, for example. One goes from Christoph to Mercy. There's some that just go from random people to random people that I haven't named yet. I can't find my players anymore. Where have you gone? There you are. And even on the floor, there's files in the shape of criminal files, but it's just targets, so high priority targets or people you may have met. Some of the files have blackmail material in them that you have been using to get your way or get past the police or the what they're called here. They're not called police, are they? What are they called?
The blue coats.
Blue coats. Thank you. The room itself is covered in very blatantly second-hand furniture. The once red sofa is now a musty brown and has stains on it from before any of you were here over 6 months ago, and none of you have questioned or want to know the answers to how those stains got there. And anyone who's sitting on it is you've managed to work a way to all sit on it, knowing that there's pink springs that are kind of pointing through on some of them.
Morris is face down in that right now.
Cool. And this is where we're actually going to introduce you. I'm going to go in reverse order to what we did first. So, Mossy, I want you to introduce your character by telling us their name, the thing that's not called a class, book, or the specialism, and what they look like as well, please.
So I will be playing Christoph. He is a cutter. He is a very tall, athletically built individual, normally covered in grime and dirt from hard labour, processing scrap and metal. He's normally wearing a scowl and looking distrusting at most people around him.
Thank you very much. And Cal, I genuinely thought you'd left your seat the moment I was going to call upon you. Cal,
I'm here.
Again, your name, your profession or your specialism, and what you might look like.
Yes, peeling his face from the crusty sofa, like Velcro, is Morris Bream, aka Fish. You'll see Morris. He is a very gaunt, slim, shaven-headed gentleman with a fish tattoo, much like mine here, and that curves around his eyes. Wears a bomber jacket and a very filthy white vest that's underneath it. Yes, his class, or whatever it's called, a buck, I believe. He is a hound. In fact, a sniper, former bluecoat.
Thank you. And then Omni.
Well, I will be playing Occam Keller, and I am a leech, which is basically a technician, alchemist, tinkerers, that sort of thing. And so I wear relatively, like, pretty much what I'm wearing now, actually. Like, usually a blue or, like, gray undershirt, button up, a very simple kind of vest over it. I unfortunately lack the bandolier that I am wearing in character, and the goggles that I wear over my forehead, but I do have a flask of spark around my neck, which I very frequently keep on my person, and crossbow, which I have made out of random scraps and maybe some of the springs in the sofa when no one was looking.
Thank you very much. And Jenna?
So you will see Rosetta. She is normally perched on like the back of the sofa with her feet on the side. True bisexual fashion. Never sits in a chair properly. She is very tall, very thin, almost creepily so. And she has dark skin and pure white hair. She's always dressed very kind of proper, in a white high collared shirt, sort of drain pipe trousers, boots, and she has a frock coat. And very importantly, she always has a black scarf wrapped around her neck. When you've got bright white hair and you're walking around at night, that hair shows. So she will very often cover that with her scarf. And yep, you can usually find her just perched on the top, with a pipe in her mouth while she communes with spirits in her head because she is a whisper. So I can speak to, and sometimes, if I roll luckily, control the various spirits that are around the city, and use them to my advantage.
Wonderful. And then finally, Neil.
Baron, whose pronouns are also he, him, is quite an attractive man in his late 20s, dark hair, well-kept beard, tall, fairly like athletic looking. Looks like somebody who maybe played, football or, something like that at some stage. Clearly works out, looks after himself. He is always perfectly put together in the finest of suits, looking like he belongs on the top floors of a corporate office block amongst the other C-suite execs. And he always has this quite calm and controlled look on his face. He's constantly taking in his surroundings, listening to what every other person is saying and making a mental note of everything he sees and hears.
Wonderful, thank you. So yes, that is our players, and they are not without a leader, or at least a figurehead who has been arranging all of these things in the shed and sending our players out on scores they have already been doing for the last 6 months. And that leader, as he often does, is about to barge in the room without knocking, without politeness, to talk to our players.
Oh, the hat.
Flat cap crew.
Mike, the Maverick shortfall, bursts in. Oi, lads! Oi, lads! And of course, the lady. Yes, hello, hello. Oh, it's a bloody good day. You can tell he is in a surprisingly giddy mood. Normally quick to anger or frustration, and not a fan of big words. Let's just set that up. Mikey, the Maverick, is wearing beige sort of trousers. What are they called? Stuff it. Trousers. Beige trousers with a tight white t-shirt. The type of one where you would expect a Stella drinker to wear. He has several tattoos, all of the most cringiest, stereotypical criminal tattoos. He's got the skull and crossbones. He's got an anchor. Just tattoos that scream lack of creativity. Apologies for anyone who has those tattoos. And he does not have a flat hat, but I don't have the hat I wanted him to have. He has a bowler hat, similar to that of Charlie Chaplin, I believe. Might have got my silent comedian mixed up there.
Yeah, Chaplin was a bowler hat.
Yeah, thank you. Chaplin, and he's also got bright red suspenders as well. Okay, you know what time it is. It's time for the biggest score yet. This one, Mavericks, will get us out of the crow's feet and into the big leagues. Are you all ready?
Always, Captain. Always.
Good. Now, as you all know, we've been working towards getting some dirt and getting the inside track and blueprints on none other than Lady Drake. You will all know that Lady Drake is a magistrate that lives in a part of the city named Charter Hall. Smooth. Charter Hall. I don't know if Charter Hall is meant to be said with one word or two. I'm going to go with two. Charter Hall. Charter Hall is basically the closest thing Duskoff has to a capital. It is where all the government and council buildings are, along with all of its banks and record keepings. Lady Drake is, like I said, a magistrate who has, up until this point, been graciously accepting bribes from all of the gangs of Duskoff. And in front of the metaphorical cameras, states that she takes a hard approach to crime, and while very little progress has been made on the gangs, she has come to an agreement to try and keep their criminal activities out of the limelight, thus creating the appearance of progress. Sadly, however, Mikey has been informed by his sort of superiors, the Crow's Nest, that she's no longer accepting the Crow's bribes. And as far as you guys are aware, as far as Mikey is aware, there is no reason. So she has been marked as appropriate for robbing, basically. You're allowed to... She's now a susceptible target. You're allowed to target her as much as you like. She's no longer off limits, is what I'm trying to say. Right, now, the thing that we're going to steal, it is called the Onyx Tiara. It's in her ass. It's on the second floor, I'm told. These are the blueprints. And he slams down a mat of blueprints.
Sorry, boss. Was that, it's in her ass or in her ass?
It's in her ass.
You're in her ass.
In her ass. Where
Building
she is.
fish.
I think he may mean house. House, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. Was it her ass?
I'm so glad someone clarified that.
Yeah, best be safe, you know. More safe than sorry.
You kids, you lot always messing with my speech impediment. You're lucky I like you guys so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, putting it in your ass isn't a bad place to hide things either, you know.
I'm not sure Tiara
It would be
fit
coming
there.
out all the time. It would be coming out all the time. You'd have to keep putting it back up there.
Well, not if you've had practice.
Hawkins going to lean
think
forward and
it's
start
the-
looking through those forms, by the way, while this is happening, looking increasingly distressed at the direction of the conversation.
I don't think a tiara's got a flared base. It's not staying anywhere it needs to, that's for sure. That's why she keeps it in her ass.
Can we keep moving, please, Mikey?
Yeah, sorry. Bloody Morris got me distracted. Right,
Yeah.
blueprints. Brilliant pun. Blueprints. As you can see, 4 stories. As you can see, guards in her house. No, not in her house. In and out of her house. Any questions?
Yes, how recent are these blueprints?
Recent enough that we can trust them.
And where exactly did you get them from, boss?
Listen, I don't really answer those sort of questions from you. You answer those questions from me. Where did you get the blueprints from?
I didn't get
Yeah.
the blueprints. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I thought. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, you go first.
No, you go first. You're more sensible than I am, apparently.
You said that it's stored on the 2nd floor. Is it in a locked compartment? Is it in a safe? Is it on display?
See, that is the sort of questions you should answer. Those are great questions. Any others?
Oh.
I don't always have the answers, but I like the initiative, Baron. Nice.
I think we've got this from here, Mikey.
Good, that's what I hire you for. Bloody idiots, a lot of you. I'll meet you back here when it's done.
All right.
And he leaves.
Just as you're walking off, Morris will pick up and pin a sock that's attached to his lapel, and he's just gonna nod at it with wide eyes as if it's talking to him, and he's gonna sniff it and then put it back in his pocket, and then just give a creepy smile to everyone around the room and just nod. Something
That's
you're
a
very
warm
familiar
nod,
with
Jesus.
seeing.
And it never gets any less upsetting.
No, it really doesn't.
What?
You seen anything, Rigger?
I don't know. Let me take a closer look, as he's just going to lean forward and he's going to do his best to try to survey the actual, the blueprints and, look for any fun entrances, exits, and or details we should be keeping an eye out for.
Baron is assisting in this as well. He's studiously examining the documents, trying to look at key entry points, access points, and so forth. So he's going to assist.
Wonderful. I won't make you roll because there's no time-sensitive factor here. Effectively, into this building, there are 3 entrances. You have through the front door, nice and easy, just breaking through a window. There are, dangers and benefits to all 3 of these. You could go through the roof, basically, go through that entrance, or go through what I'm going to call the lower entrance. It's effectively the servants' quarters.
Well then, that sort of narrows things down. Unless you all wish to walk through the front door like we belong there, we might want to try one of these other 2 locations. The roof seems reasonable. And the servants' quarters. Servants' quarters. That word doesn't sit right. Either of those 2. Any ideas or suggestions?
Well, large houses like this often have smaller corridors and back stairs for the servants to travel through the house so that the wealthy and elite don't have to look at the people working for them. So if we go through the servant quarters, we might have the advantage of having those routes to traverse. Of course, if we are to go through the roof, because it's on the 2nd floor, we're automatically closer to our destination.
Couldn't you do both? There's enough of us.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to nominate myself to be up high, where I feel safe.
Would I know of any sort of ghost activity in that area? Are there any sort of known areas of activity around the house that I may
So
be
that
able
is
to-
entirely possible that you would. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if we add that to the score dice.
Okay.
Um, and then we'll go from there.
Cool.
Okay.
Would Baron be able to, through his contacts, find out if the Lady Drake might have recently or some stage in the past purchased any sort of a safe for the house?
Oh, great question. Who is your friend? Who's your ally on your character sheet? I don't have my.
My ally is Salia, an information broker.
All right. So I'm going to say you personally don't, but it absolutely makes sense that I've lost every sheet I need in front of me. There we are. It absolutely makes sense that one of the many files in this room does have that contact, because either you've arranged it as a group in the past, or because Mikey has those sort of contacts. So I am going to allow both yours and Rosetta's question to be added or influence the score dice. But strictly speaking, you, Baron, no. But you, as a gang, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there any other questions before we, weirdly, because Blades in the Dark is an odd game, go straight into the score dice?
How heavily armed are the guards? Do we know?
So you do know, because you've been living in Duskoff, that the blue coats, at the very least, do not carry guns. Certainly not in the stereotypical sense, outside of their special forces, which Morris was a part of. Whether or not Miss...
We can start on.
Whatever her name was.
Lady Drake.
Lady Drake, thank you. God, I'm terrible with names. Lady Drake, they're not real, what does it matter? Lady Drake has hired guards that do carry weapons. You don't know.
Right.
Let's do this.
So, for those who don't know how Blades in the Dark work, like most of us, it's a bit of an odd mechanic. There is no prepping or planning stage. There is merely the score, and then you go. And prepping and planning is done through mechanics like flashbacks and pushing yourself, which we will approach when one of our beautiful players does it. And Jenna tells us how. So
learn with us, Jack.
Yeah, a lot of you are learning with us, except for Jenna, who is obviously flawless at this game. So, over to my cheat sheet. No pressure, Jenna. Right.
I blame Moss for this.
So, the way you start with dice, with the score dice, is you start with 1 dice. Yay. Then I have to ask you some questions. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Okay, that's 2 dice.
We're breaking into a guarded house of a top magistrate.
Can I argue, though, that being bold and daring, or daring, rather...
Daring, not endearing.
Sorry, I mean, it might be endearing. We don't know what might involve.
We're going to go with daring for now, though.
But we've got. This is all out of character, of course. We've got blueprints for it, so we at least know exit points and all that good stuff. So it's less daring than, say, just randomly robbing eeny, meeny, miny, mo house.
I feel like this score is very risky, but it's a calculated risk. We're going in with information, but there is still a definitive threat to us in getting in and out safely and undetected.
And if we talk ourselves out of it, we lose a dice, guys. So.
Yeah, session 1, score 1. Callum's like, I don't think we should have that.
Yeah, we don't need any of these dice.
No, I think
as I said,
you know what I do.
You know what? No dice, Paul. No dice. We're just gonna wing it as we go.
No dice.
Right. I am gonna give you that dice because I agree. Robbing a lady magistrate's house when she's got guards is quite bold and daring. Does the plan's detail expose vulnerability at the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Certainly, we have entry points into the premises, as well as the layout of the floor plans.
But that's the vulnerability of the house, not the target. Bear in mind, target is Lady Drake.
Oh, sorry. I thought the target was the piece of onyx.
Yeah, the
tiara. I mean, technically, that's the prize. The target is to lower Lady Drake's
standing.
value.
Okay.
We technically are. I mean, we're targeting her when she's already politically being, sort of knocked down a couple of pegs. She's sort of on the downswing. But on the other end, I don't know whether we could consider we got her the drop on her or targeting her in any way that seems particularly uniquely suited to her.
Well, she is a magistrate who's claiming to run on a platform of being tough on crime. If it is discovered that she was the victim of crime herself, then that would surely damage her reputation, no?
Or boost it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends on how good a political operative she is. It's a fair point, though.
If she's being tough on crime, and she's a victim of crime, it further needs that she needs to be tough on crime.
You know what? I think Neil might have just convinced me with that line. Yeah, I completely agree. Nothing else any of you said made any lick of sense, but actually, yeah, Baron, it was spot on.
The man in the suit is doing his job.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so I've now lost track of dice. 3 dice. Right. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? This is where I think Beryl and Rosetta brought up knowing things. I think you absolutely have information on whether or not Lady Drake brought a safe as of recent. In terms of Rosetta's, do you know any ghosts? I'm going to make you roll for that. What would you like to roll?
Well, I guess it would be a tune.
Okay.
Yes, I think it would be a tune.
Okay.
So I have 2 dice in a tune.
Okay.
I love how you pronounce that.
A tune. Yeah, it's got to be done. Do I
A
just
little
click it
ditty.
twice, or can I ask it to do it twice?
You click it twice and then hit
Okay,
roll.
fine. Why did you do that? There's the other one. Gee dang it.
Right, okay, so your highest roll is a 3 there. I was completely confused about the dice roller. We'll work on that behind the scenes, it's fine. Yes, for those who don't know, which is a phrase I feel like maybe saying a lot this session, Blades of the Dark is a D6 system. With the more dots you have on your character sheet, the more dice you roll. Rosetta had 2 dots for a tune, so rolls 2 dice. The highest score was a 3. Now that is a success with a drawback. So, yes, you do know some ghostly apparitions in the area, but none that you are friends with, or none that are willing to talk to you. I would say it is a success, though. So they do tell you a way, if you choose to get into the servants' quarters with a few less prying eyes. And I will add a dice for both yours and Baron's points, so that is currently at... I think 4 dice? 5 dice? Does anybody else think they have any friends that could be useful here?
No. We do not want my friend here. This is not a time for my friend.
Definitely not on my end. Unless you guys want to flood the house with blood, I don't really see how Jewel will be helpful to us.
Funnily enough, we're on the same sort of outcome of our friends.
Hey! We know a guy.
I'm questioning your choice of friends. I do have a friend. I know, shocking, I know.
Is it a puppet?
Let me just... Is it a puppet?
Is your friend made of wool?
Yeah, it's the friend the sock.
He has a human friend. Bear with me just a moment, because for some reason my sheet's not loading.
Would you like me to tell you, because I do have it here?
They're a spy.
They are a spy.
So they could be of use in this scenario, I guess, because of spying. I guess they could, maybe they've... I mean, she's obviously in quite a high up place, and he's probably been hired to research dignitaries, etc. before, so...
Yeah, all right. You talked away to another dice. I think you could probably get some dirt on Lady Drake if
that's Vinny, who's a spy.
Okay, so that is 5 dice in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Final question: are there any other elements that you want to consider?
Is Lady Drake married? Do we know?
She's not.
Okay.
Oh, Oh, also, do any of you have any rivals that you think could remove dice and make it harder? I've had a quick look. I personally don't, so you'd weirdly have to convince me to remove dice, so that's up to you. Cal, you've been doing it all session. You might as well have another go.
Maybe Fish will get distracted by him talking to his friend.
No, the sock can only be a boon to us, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean...
Encouraging, albeit fictional words.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't see anybody else convincing me to add more dice, and I think 5 is a very generous amount.
Would you take away? Would you take away a die if I just said Fish? He just wasn't feeling it today.
I can tell you exactly what would happen.
Yeah, I take away the
Christoph would punch him and say, "Get on with it."
I'll shut up. I do apologise. Carry on.
Just so you all know, I'm being incredibly generous with the dice because of all the resources you have under Mikey's control. Won't always be that generous. But for now, we have 5 dice. Let's add them to our dice shaker. 1. That's the wrong dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wrong.
Keep going.
The highest number is a 5. I guess it's probably on the screen. So, a 5 is a success. Are we approaching this house in 2 different locations?
I feel so.
Yeah.
Tell me what they are and who's going where.
I would suggest that Christoph and Morris will head to the roof, and the other 3 use the servant's entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to actually be on the roof as well.
Absolutely.
If only because crossbow actually would benefit having higher ground.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Plus, the other 2 can probably talk their way through servants and being seen a lot easier than us.
Also, in the body of the house, there's more likely to be spirits than up the top. So,
Baron's
let me know. I'd love to bottle a few.
I'll work on it for you. Don't worry.
Baron has not gone on the roof. His strengths lie in charisma and communication. So,
okay.
If
we have Morris, Christoph, and Oppen on the roof, and we have Baron and Rosetta going through the servant's entrance. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with a 5, your score begins. You all enter without flaw. The ghosts that Rosetta has communed with allows you to enter the building on the ground floor. You actually enter through the kitchen, which... do you approach during the day or during the night? I forgot to ask.
I assume it was nighttime.
Yeah, nighttime.
I just want to check. That's fine. You actually approach through the kitchen, then those on the ground floor. You would have done anyway, but it would have been busier during the day. And everybody... Well, all the servants effectively are not present, so are on bed. That's true. That is very true. It's not blades in the dawn. Excellent point. Blades in the sunlight. I like
blades in the
goddamn
obvious.
If I could give you an inspiration for that, Omni, I would, but it doesn't. There isn't.
Blades in the open. Sorry.
Right, we're going to ground floor first because I've already started there. Yes, you went through the kitchen. Now, as you do with the blueprints, the tiara is on the 2nd floor. The first thing that you guys need to do is find your way there. So, in the kitchen, we've got a way to roam around. What do you guys do, basically? You tell me.
Well, Baron would have brought the blueprints.
Oh, very clever.
So we have a map.
I have forgotten a very good point. I need to know everybody's loadout. I'm sorry, I'm still learning the game. Thank you very much for reminding me. We'll go around in order that I started with. Christoph, what is your loadout? Loadout is how many things you are carrying. You don't need to tell me what each item is. The choices are effectively small, medium, or large, which I believe is 3, 5, and 6 plus items.
I am going for medium, but mine are actually increased because I have the mule ability.
Excellent.
So mine are 5, 7, 8.
Well, I will forget that, so thank you. Morris.
I'm going to go light.
Okay. Arkham?
Medium.
Medium, thank you. Rosetta?
Medium.
Thank you. And Baron. I will tell you, because you did remind me, blueprints will count as 1 item.
Oh, I had already counted it in my head as one of my items.
Sweet. How many items are you bringing?
Light 3.
Light. Okay, that's fine. So you do have blueprints marked off on your sheet. As I have to be honest with you, I don't know what the items are called on your sheet, so whatever the hell you want. Okay, wonderful. So yeah, you got blueprints then. Would blueprints include the servants' quarters? I'm going to say yes. So you are pretty much heading straight there then. There is a locked door between the servants' quarters and the main part of the house. How would you both like to approach this locked door?
Rosetta, do you have anything that might get us through this?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I have something called a ghost key that I can use. And I'm trying to remember what the frick that is.
I like the word key in that.
Yeah. I feel like it's probably something more within the spirit realm rather than in a physical sense. But I'm trying to find.
Just to let you all know the math behind it, if you have one dot in something, you have a 50% chance of success. If you have no dots, you have a 25% chance of success. So even one dot, heck, even no dots, you could give it a shot.
Okay, it specifically opens a ghost door, so that's not going to help. I suppose I could. So I have my special ability to start with is Ghost Mind. You're always aware of supernatural entities in your presence. So I could potentially attune to see if there's someone around who might know where there is a key. Because I assume that there will be spare keys places. Like not all the keys are going to be on a person because
that's terrible planning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there must be a spare key somewhere. So I could try to do that.
Okay.
Baron could also, sorry to interrupt, I could just do a survey search to see if I can find keys.
Yes, if there's anything just in the room already.
Yeah, or maybe in the kitchen area that we were passing through.
Okay, we'll get Baron to do a survey then, because I do think that makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 4.
4, that is another success. So, yeah, you found a key kept in the kitchen. It's sort of in a little key box. But they don't have a lock on it because why would they? It's the servants' quarters. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to create a clock.
No.
I
Not
know,
a clock.
I am very sorry, guys.
Not a
So,
clock already.
Again, for those who do not know, clocks, we do a countdown system for plays in. Hello, thank you. Plays in the dark. I'm going to make this. I don't know how to increase the amount of bits on the clock. Really?
Discard dogs.
Yes, those are. Yes, honestly, yes, something to do with.
This wasn't in the plan.
I mean, bloody, I thought, Paul, you've really gone overboard with the aversion. Yeah.
You know what? You all asked about how hard the guards are. No one asked about how the dogs, did they?
And go.
How do I increase the bits in this?
If I hear sirens, I'm going to be scared.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to make a mental clock while I figure out how to do that. It's going to be an 8-bit clock. You know what? I could just do 2. There you go. And the way clocks works are each for this one. It is a alertness clock. So all the people are sleeping in the house, and the more noise you guys make, the more alert they are. It's going to be an 8-bit clock until I figure out how to fix this. I'm trying to scroll. No, it's bugging me now. I can't figure it out, but that's not the point today. So let's see if we can get the clocks on the screen. We cannot.
That would be asking too much.
There you go. Clocks are now on the screen. So I'm going to say that because you only rolled a 3 there, Baron, that you do find the keys.
I rolled a 4.
Because you only rolled a 4 there, Baron, like I said, you do find the keys, but you do get 1 alertness on the clock. I'm going to put alertness. So yeah, you've got the keys, and it is only those keys you get, because it was just a 4. So it is 1 key. You found it to the main area. The door opens for you guys into, let's say, the hallway. So before you is a grand sort of staircase that goes up through the center and splits off into 2 different ways to a second floor. You also have some rooms on the left and right. All doors are shut. If you wish to explore them, we can discuss that. But for now, I'm going to go up those stairs to the roof, to where these people have arrived. So I'll be right back with the floor, folks. The roof. You landed on the roof. No one knows how, because that's not how Blade of the Dark works. And you do successfully enter the roof. You are in the attic. In front of you is a unsurmountable amount of dolls. And they are quite creepy. You do see a latch in front of you that and like sort of like a folded ladder that if you know how lofts work, I assume. But yeah, all of these dolls, as you shine your torch around them, seem to be sort of ominously staring at you. You know how you can create paintings that with their eyes follow you around? Kind of get the same vibe from the dolls.
Huh.
I'm so glad I didn't go on the roof.
Now, I don't know how risky it would be to grab a pair of dolls' googly eyes or eyes for my socks, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. Can I take some eyes, please?
Okay.
Sweet. I'm going to take some eyes.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that because it's a weird thing to do.
It's fine. Fish is a weird dude, so he's going to take some eyes and he's going to affix them to his sock friend.
I press shift to make it have more bits.
Is that the doll saying that?
Yes, 100%. There we go. Right.
That's terrifying.
You know what? To make it more visible on screen, I'm going to do that. So it's a countdown clock. There you go. Cool. My apologies. I may have put you off there, Morris. Yes, you now have 2 eyes. What sort of eyes are you looking for? So these dolls... Actually, you know what? I am going to make you roll for it because these aren't just like...
I want one eye from one doll and one eye from another doll to make like mismatched, one massive eye and one small eye for my sock friend, please.
And how are you doing that? What are you rolling?
Let's have a look here, shall we? Maybe finesse, maybe, I suppose would make sense.
You tell me. How is your character doing it? One of the great things about Blades of the Dark is I don't have to remember the rolls because you tell me what you're rolling.
He's going to use finesse, even though he's not the most dexterous, to just pry them with his fingers out as their doll's eyes. So it should be fairly easy, I would assume.
Have you ever interacted with dolls?
Seldom.
Fair enough. Okay, roll your dice for them, please.
So I've got no points in finesse, so I'm assuming that's 2 and then take the lowest.
That is right. When you have no pips in your things, you basically roll with disadvantage.
Okay, bear with me just a moment while I sort this out set, because my 6s have disappeared again, and that is just really, really inconvenient. So do bear with me just a moment. That's not right. Oh, where have they gone? Okay, there we go. That's great. Thank you very much. And a 1, and a 2, and a roll. Here they come.
Oh, dear.
That would be a 1.
Yes, it would. Which is a horrific failure, basically. There's no other word for it. So you try and finesse the eyes out of the dolls. What you don't realize is these dolls aren't just old and delicate. They're actually rather fragile. So as you are gently trying to, claw out these eyes, you actually end up cracking the facial structure of the doll.
Oh.
And not only do you and the fellow people who went through the roof see some white smoke emerge from the doll and disappear down the entrance to the attic or the exit to the attic, the shaft. Like it goes through the floorboards. But you actually take 1 level of harm from the cut that you take from this doll.
Oh. Okay. He doesn't. I feel a bit weird. These stupid ham hands of mine.
This is why you don't fucking poke around with shit.
Ah, right.
Does
Okay.
anyone else see that?
I
Is that
did.
weird white smoke thing? Oh, hold on a minute. And Occam's gonna get closer and see if he can he's not gonna get his face up in it because the guy's an alchemist. He knows you don't do that. That's just a great way to die. But he is I feel like he's probably gonna get out. I think he would have his bandolier.
I just want to double check. Are you talking about the white smoke thing that I mentioned?
Yes, he
That's
wants to
gone
see that
through
one.
the floorboards, as in it's a smoke. It's gone through the floorboards.
Okay,
It's
and it
gone.
literally sank all the way down. Okay, is there a way for Occam to possibly see whether or not he can tell if it's supernatural or something equivalent to it?
You tell me what you're going to roll for.
I figure a tune, because Occam actually isn't nearly as skilled as an actual whisper would be at this, but given
A
his
tune
family
makes the most sense to
tradition,
me, by all means, yeah.
yeah, given the Sparkcraft tradition, we'll give it a shot. So that's gonna be 1 die.
Yeah.
Oh boy, fails. That sucks.
Why do you have a 2-star and end up being a 1?
I
don't think you rolled the
know.
right thing. Do you want to re-roll?
Yeah, I guess I was rolling a normal die, but sure, we'll just roll 1 die and just call it that. Sure, Blade in the Dark die. So that's
There you
a
go, 1
5.
d6. What are you
Okay.
rolling?
The other one was a D6. Oh, it's a DP. Okay, I'm gonna remove that one. I don't know what the hell that is.
Well, you've also got specifically Blaze in the Dark d6, and it's got weird numbers on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
that's a 5. Very good. A success with minimal drawback. Yeah, you absolutely understand that was supernatural in nature.
Scheiße. All right, well, we have to move. That's not good. I think that was an alarm.
It's not going to be a help no matter what the fuck it was.
This isn't going very well.
Occam's gonna
Don't
walk over to Morris.
touch
Don't fucking touch.
the dolls.
Right, I won't touch. All right, that's it. You got. I promise.
All right.
I've learnt my lesson. Dolls, no. Touch, no.
Sorry
Job,
to be that.
yes.
Sorry to be that guy, Paul, but I assume that dropped our alert clock by at least 1, if not more.
I actually going to say it didn't because I gave him 1 level of harm. I didn't want to do both. If Morris wants to choose to raise the alertness level instead of taking 1 level of harm, he can. But I didn't want to do both despite rolling a 1. But thank you for telling me.
I will take the harm as I was silly.
It's delightful.
But yeah, and Omni rolling a 5 to see if it was ghost-like. That isn't enough to raise alertness because I'm assuming you just looked, and they're quite sleepy. So somebody looking in the attic isn't going to be enough. But feel free to tell me to raise alertness level more often. Happy to do it.
Give me minutes. That sets me off the wrong way. If they're using things like this, he's gonna get out an arcane implement.
Okay.
And he's going to. I figure it's very Doctor Who sonic screwdriver-esque,
Sure.
the jankier ones.
Yeah.
He's gonna sort of use it almost like an EKG meter and see
Okay.
if you can detect any other more ghostly Sparkcraft kind of shenanigans around the area.
Makes sense. Mark it off on your items list.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the BP thing for the EKG meter is going wild. Every doll in this attic is ticking off your little BP machine, and it's basically just it isn't beeping. It is constantly making a droning tone.
Yeah. I figured it's like a vibration and a light, and it's just glowing very bright blue, and he's like, all right. Did anyone else know that the woman of the house might have had friends with the priesthood, perhaps? Because that's a lot of ghosts.
Let's just get the tiara and get the fuck out of here then.
I really wish Rosetta was here.
Yeah, well, she's not. You've got me to deal with.
Speaking of Rosetta, we are going to go back to the people in the hallway. What do you guys want to do?
Can't believe I assumed there'd be more ghosts in the house than in the roof, but you know. Never mind. Could I maybe use the ghosts of the building as like an early warning system? Like that I can sort of ask them to keep an eye out on places we can't see?
You can certainly try, which is a sentence I love saying as a game master.
You can certainly try.
Roll to whatever you want to roll.
Okay, so it would be a taunt again,
Okay,
obviously. Now, I don't know if this will count, because with the ghost mind thing, it's if you're gathering info about the supernatural, you get an extra dice. I'm not sure if that would be relevant here, because obviously I'm not
Because you wanted
specifically
an
asking
early
about
warning
that.
system about the people at the house.
Yeah,
I'd probably say no.
perfect.
But
Yep,
do
that's
remember, there, as I'm sure you know, and we're about to tell me, there is a push yourself mechanic where
There
you
is.
gain a dice for 2 stress.
Yeah.
There's also a devil's bargain mechanic, but like if you
Well,
really want to
yeah.
make a devil bargain for this, you can. It's probably not worth it.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to push myself at this point because there is probably more important things that I'm going to need stress for later. So I will just do my standard 2 dice roll, 2 4s.
Solid 4. Okay. Yeah. The ghosts do sort of communicate back to you, but with a 4, you notice it's only 2 ghosts that are kind of communicating with you, and they sort of give off a loud. For everyone else to be a loud, almost screaming type pitch, but because you are tuned to their sort of levels of communication, you understand it to mean like, yeah, okay, we'll do this favor for you. However, I am going to mark 1 alertness thing off for that high squeal, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Demper, are you alright? I don't know what you're doing in chat. You seem fine.
Demper having issues.
Yeah, I don't know what Demper's doing. Demper's like, W, nailed it. No notes.
Love you, Demper.
The work here is done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Yes. So, Baron and Rosetta, as stated, you are in like the sort of entrance hallway. Behind you is the front door. You're welcome to lead that way if you like, but you will have forgotten the tiara. In front of you is a grand staircase to the 2nd floor, or you do have doors on either side of you. Baron, because you have the blueprint, you know that these lead to the my knowledge of large houses is going to betray me here, but my knowledge of Cluedo is great. So there's a billiard room, a exposition room, and there is a gentleman's room. You don't know what that includes, but that's what's written on the blueprint. Hello, Laugh. Welcome in. Much love.
Sexism chamber.
Shall we go straight to the room that this onyx piece is located in, Rosetta?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Let's hope that our colleagues have not disturbed any further specters upstairs.
Would Rosetta have sensed that kind of thing happening? If some kind of new spirit was released into the house, would either she be aware of it or the ghost she's currently speaking to have noticed that?
I'm going to say with a 4 that you rolled to attune to talk to them before, you notice something is off and that something has happened, but you can't really tell you what. There's supernatural beings in the house, the 2 ghosts you're talking to, and they are thinking about moving house. They don't really want to be here.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
I'm slightly concerned there's something more here than just the ghost I'm talking to. I think we should do this quickly. As quickly as possible. It feels bad. The ghosts are not happy.
Agreed. Although, let's keep an eye out. We might find something useful belonging to her ladyship that could come in handy at a later date.
Very true.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm
I
going
will
to assume
follow Baron.
yeah, I'm going to be running upstairs. Now, it's occurred to me that we might have a language barrier here. Second floor is the one above. I don't want to say the first floor. You enter on the first floor. You go up one set of stairs. That is the second floor.
Oh, you're using US nomenclature.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's occurred to me there might have been that language confusion there. Because the servants' quarters don't count as floors because people are pig-headedness and whatnot. So yeah, front door, first floor. Go up one set, second floor.
Was this for Omni's benefit? That we're calling the floors by the wrong name.
It is entirely for Omni. Yeah. No, I'll be honest with you.
I didn't even realize there was another way to do it.
Yes, the first floor is the ground floor because the floor on the ground. The first floor is the first floor above the ground.
I am going to move the floors around. I'm going to do it as a British or everywhere else except for American way.
Oh, good.
It is
the proper way.
Yeah, you enter at the ground floor, up two sets. That is the second.
Excellent.
Ash.
Just have every scenario take place in a bungalow. We're fine.
Apologies, I unplugged my headphones and could not hear anything.
Oh
no. All right. I was still trying to follow what Deb was on about, but yeah, he seems happy.
W, Paul. What more do you need to know? Come on, get with it.
Yeah.
It's the new slang.
Right. Yes. Sorry. So, you guys, do you do anything, Rosetta and Baron, on what, let's call it the first floor? Do you do anything? You know the tiara is on the second. There are several places of interest on the first. No bedrooms. Only, like, a lot of bathrooms. There is some bedrooms, actually, thinking about it, but none for Lady Brick.
Honestly, Baron would love to go exploring, maybe if he could find her ladyship's office or somewhere that he might find nice incriminating evidence to use to blackmail her at a later date. But he's also very focused on the job at hand. So he'll want to get the Onyx piece first. And then, if everything hasn't gone terribly wrong, look then to possibly explore a bit further. But for Baron's priority right now is the score.
Okay. Rosetta, you feeling the same?
Yep. I think especially while she's sort of not getting any pings from her ghost that there's a problem, get the job done first, and then.
I just realised the clocks have wandered off screen, and I don't know why. Let's put those back on. Okay, you guys are running up then 2 flights of stairs. I want you to both make a roll to see how, because you're rushing. Obviously, there's a time thing, and Rosetta, you're scared about ghosts. So, how much effort are you putting into being kept quiet versus speed? And I want you to make a roll to tell me how well you're doing.
Finesse, yeah.
Whatever you want. It's entirely up to you.
There is prowl as well, which is for being more sneaky. So I guess if we're going speedily, finesse. If we're want to go quietly, I would have thought it'd be prowl.
Could I use survey to try to be like examining the area that I'm traveling through to see if I can like spot the leak, the creaky floorboards, if you will, you know?
So you absolutely can, but a success on an unlikely roll might not mean as much as a success on a likely roll, let's say.
Okay.
But if you're better at it, then you are more likely to succeed.
Yes.
So that really is up to you.
I'll go 1 in finesse and a 2 in survey.
It's up to you then. What do you want to roll?
Screw on. I'm just going to go 1 finesse.
Okay. 2.
Okay.
I will also try a finesse. I get 2 dice in finesse. Ooh.
Well, this is a 6, so very nice. So, Baron, however, you seem to be stepping on every single creaky floorboard you possibly can. It's impressive, to be honest with you. Someone is tapping slightly. Who is that? No idea. Yeah, so you are stepping on every single floorboard. That too, I'm going to say warrants an alert removal, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Rosetta, though, 6. Success, no complications.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are ghostily walking through this house. You are super attuned to the floating mechanics of ghosts. So yeah, you're slightly confused because you are following Baron, and you're seeing all the creaky floorboards that he's stepping on. He's like, no, not that one, not that one, not that one. So he is sort of field testing the floors for you. But yeah, you guys are making it up to the stairs. You are now on the second floor. You see the door that is where the safe of the tiara is. It says Lady Drake only on a little printed sign. And guys, I will be coming back to you in a second. I haven't forgotten you existed. The door is in front of you. What do you do?
I don't know if this is an appropriate thing for this system, having never played it before, but could I do a survey roll to check for traps?
You can absolutely do that. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm doing a survey roll to check for traps.
Okay.
5.
5.
Okay.
Excellent. What does that look like? Are you physically looking? Is it like tapping things? Are you doing it physically? Or you just do it with your eyes? Tell me.
So, first of all, he's walking right up to the frame, so his eye is up along the side of it and checking all the way around to see if there's any signs of any wiring or any such thing worked into the frame. Then examining the door handle as well. I think if this would be allowed for narrative purpose, mechanically it's not anything, but I feel like Baron would have cigarettes on him, so he takes out a cigarette, lights it, blows smoke on the door to see if he spots any effect as well. And then after that, he's going to just start gently tapping a few different spots where you would be most likely to put a trigger of some sort if you were booby-trapping a door.
100%, and I love the narrative description. And
So
if you
cool.
mark cigarettes off on your item sheet, I will reward you heavily. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. Looking in, super in line with the 5 as well, which I really like. So well done for that, Neil. As a player, well done. Yeah, you do see that. 2 things you see. The door handle has a string attached to it, and the string goes up through the frame, and then you assume to the other side. And the smoke that you blow from the cigarettes gets sucked into the room at what you would consider a weirdly fast pace.
Yeah.
We will be right back. We're getting to the doll room. Guys, you are in a doll room so far. You've released a spirit, broken a doll, taken one form of harm, and you have yet to open your first door. What are you doing?
I'm going to sit back.
I'm opening the door, at very least going to peek out of it.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll for that, please, Arthur.
Roger's that.
Tap,
All right.
tiara.
So, I suppose this would be prowl.
Whatever you want it to be, buddy.
Yeah, I will be doing the prowl. I will be going quietly and carefully, and trying not to die. That is a 4.
Thank you. Omni, I'm going to ask you to roll different dice because I'm looking at OBS and I cannot tell you what that dice is.
I will
all
find
the
yet
dice you
more
have
dice.
rolled has been a blade. That is it. That's all I've been able to
Yeah.
tell.
Fine. The bees. I've rolled the bees.
No,
That's a fun.
you can keep the 4. The 4 was fine. I just wanted to aesthetically the dice didn't work.
All right. No worries.
So yeah, 4 absolutely. You open the door. It does make a clunk as it hits. I'm not going to allow reduce an alertness just yet though, because I think it was high enough that you're fine. But you do lose balance slightly.
Oh, and he's probably just gonna and nearly fall down the stairs to sort of catch himself, doing that thing where if anyone's ever cleaned out the attic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, oh yeah, no, I got this. Shit, I don't. For about 5 seconds. And just sort of catch himself and just look down the hallway. I presume hallway. What does this open up into?
So this is what the rest of the world will call the 3rd floor. And this is where all of kind of storage for the main room, like the dining room and stuff is. the servants, or the staff, let's call them, would have to travel to this floor, collect all the tables, the chairs, the tablecloths, at least their linen that they have, and bring them to the other floors. It also has you don't strictly know this, so I won't tell it you, because you don't have the blueprints. There is also some other rooms.
Malcolm did study the blueprints before the score, though.
I did,
and
actually.
he is quite intelligent.
He
I feel
is.
like I would have
Make
probably
a
made some
roll to see if you remember enough of the blueprints then for me.
Very well. I would say study.
That I would say study as well. That makes no
100%.
sense.
Roll it out. Let's go!
Hell yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Wonderful. 6 flawless.
Oh,
execution.
yes.
Very, very nice. So yes, you do remember the blueprints well enough. There's what's called a seasonal room, and this room has Christmas, Halloween decorations in it, and all the other seasonal stuff. There's also a room that is marked on the blueprints as just X.
That looks like the right direction, and so he's going to start creeping down the stairs, just sort of motioning for the folks to follow him. I'm probably going to expect that might have a safe in it, I presume.
I will tell you, because you had a 6, the X is on the floor just beneath the attic. You know the safe is on the floor below you.
Okay, so is this something else then?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Well, actually, there's a couple of ways. We could ask some ghosts, or but Rosetta's downstairs, so you can open the door.
I will let you all figure that out. If you wish, I should get to the safe, or we're not getting in.
Let's get our main objectives first and then deal with anything else possibly later.
For once, agree with Christoph.
First time for fucking everything.
Yeah, well.
Right.
I can feel how this dynamic's going to go, you know. Yeah. There's a bit of a, back and forth. Yeah, I like it. Anyway.
So if you're all going down the floor then, I want you to all to make me a roll of how quietly you do that.
Going to go with Prowl again, und my end.
I too will prowl.
Omni.
Omni's killing it.
Yeah, just. I'm accusing you of cheating, but it's.
I am going to try to prowl. Try being the option word, as I have no dots in it.
Wonderful. So you roll with disadvantage. Cal, how did you roll a d6 and get question marks?
Oh, it's hidden.
It's hidden.
Also, Christoph, I did see that.
Yeah.
I pressed reveal to reveal how amazing it was.
2. Right. Okay, so we'll do Morris first, and then Christoph, we're going to do yours.
I'm starting to think I shouldn't have come on this mission.
Morris.
He wasn't feeling it. He said he wasn't feeling it. We should have.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Snipers prefer to be out there.
So, all 3 of you head towards the stairs to go down to the 2nd floor. Arkham could hear Baron and Rosetta discussing their plans about looking for traps and whatnot, and even as Arkham walks down the stairs, can see Baron as he blows a cigarette smoke through the door. Morris follows, and do you know when you don't realise there's no more steps? No, when there's an extra step when you're going downstairs? Morris does that about 2 to 3 times. Completely unaware about how steps work, apparently. And you do make quite a thud as you verbally gasp to, like, a couple of times.
I'm tempted to do like a flashback now. I'd be like, but he memorized specifically the blueprint of where the stairs were, counting how many stairs. But I'm not going to.
So that is just straight up aggressively not how flashbacks work. That could not have been a worse description of the flashback mechanic if you physically tried.
It's aggressively not what they are.
No.
All right.
No.
Yeah,
Double no.
like
Yeah.
no with a capital N and O.
Yeah.
Good news is you did not roll the worst. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This is not an
Christoph.
achievement that benefits me either.
Why have you just said hello, Mama, in chat, Omni?
Because my mum is watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Heyo.
She doesn't have a Twitch account, so she can't type in chat. She just messaged me. She was like, I can't type in chat.
How
But
did
hi, Mum.
Omni though?
Hello,
this, though?
Jenna's mum, and also my vice is stairs.
Yeah. Hello, someone's mum. I'm slightly confused. Right, it doesn't. Oh, that's confusing. Right. So this is why Lolly's in charge of chat and I'm not. Christoph, rolling a 1 for the concept of walking. You, unfortunately, trip so haphazardly on the stairs. You collide with Morris and Oppen.
Oh.
Christoph, because stairs are silly, you take one form of harm. Level 1 form of harm, whatever it's called. Level 1 of harm. Call it bruised ribs, I guess. And you knock off 2 levels of alertness. Just so you know, on 8 o'clock, you are now down to your final 2. But the good news is, you are now all on the same floor. Rosetta and Baron, you turn around to see your 3 colleagues sliding down some stairs, effectively, all upon each other.
Can my roll of 6 be enough where like Occam feels the impact and just sort of like clamps down onto the railings?
Oh no!
Just like
I grab hold of you as I go down. I
And he's just, like,
barrel Morris and I
hanging
grab
on.
you. You're like, haha, fuck,
yeah, just
and you come as well.
white knuckling the bars with your full weight on me as my flimsy, not actually that muscular artificer frame's holding him, just like, get off of me.
So after Baron,
Over my feet.
after Baron examines the door,
Yeah.
he turns to Rosetta. So I'm pretty sure this door is trapped. We're gonna have to wait for Occam to come down. I don't have the necessary tools to get past this. And did you know? I heard about this curious item from stories, folklore. Have you ever heard of a thing called a hand of glory?
I have not.
So yes, it was this curious magical item that people apparently used in olden days. It was a candle made from the hand of a murderer with tallow put on each of the fingers. And how the enchantment worked is that you would light the candles as you entered a house to rob it, and its magic would cause all the occupants to fall into a deep slumber that they could not emerge from, so that you could safely, take everything you needed and get out with being detected. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of
Very useful.
it's a fun, silly little. And as he's saying that, he hears the cacophonous crash of his friends stumbling down the stairs. Oh.
Rosetta just hears in her head the ghost going, "Who are these people?" And Rosetta's like,
Rosetta, remind me next time we kill somebody to take their hand.
The best in the business, that's who we are.
Well, that was going smoothly until that exact moment. Hello?
"Hello."
At that exact moment, we are going to take a break. We've been on stream for a little while, and we could all do a bit of fresh air, and I'm getting too warm. So, yes. For those watching on YouTube, we actually might just cut the episode there, and you have to watch it again in a week's time. For those not on YouTube, live on Twitch, thank you for sticking around. Stick around for about 10 minutes. We'll come back at 10 past the hour, and we'll continue with the score.